Well, folks, he's done it again. The Donald back in that hallowed chamber of Congress giving a speech that was, shall we say, memorable. This wasn't just any old address, mind you. This was a victory lap. A greatest hits album with extra reverb on the self-congratulation. Trump crowed about his astronomical achievements in his first 6 weeks back in office. What those were exactly remains a mystery for the ages. Maybe he's counting the number of times he's tweeted witch hunt. But hey, who needs details when you've got bluster, right? And there was plenty of that. He promised to unleash the full might of the law on, well, anyone who looked at him funny, probably. He vowed to make America great again. And in a move that surprised absolutely no one, he even floated the idea of annexing Greenland. Because, you know, why not? All in all, it was classic Trump light on facts, heavy on bravado, and with a healthy dose of what the hell did he just say, sprinkled on top. But there was one thing missing. One crucial element that usually greets a president's speech to Congress. And that, my friends, was applause. Because while Trump was busy basking in the glow of his own self-importance, a funny thing was happening down on the House floor. The Democrats, those brave souls seated on the other side of the aisle, weren't exactly playing along. Some, like statues of silent defiance, simply turned their backs on the president. A simple gesture, maybe, but a powerful one nonetheless. Others held up signs like disgruntled tourists on a very serious political tour bus. No kings, some read. Save Medicaid, others pleaded. And then there were the ones that simply said, Musk steals, a pointed jab at Elon Musk's, shall we say, cozy relationship with the administration. And then there was Congressman Al Green, who decided to take a more, shall we say, vocal approach. He interrupted Trump's speech, not once but twice, to remind everyone that, actually no, he did not have a mandate. Green was eventually escorted out of the chamber, but not before he could remind everyone that he was already drafting articles of impeachment. Because of course he was. It was a scene of pure political theater, folks. And while some might call it disrespectful, I prefer to think of it as democracy in action. After all, who needs a civics lesson when you can watch elected officials openly squirming in their seats while the president drones on about, like, the trade deficit or whatever? But the dissent didn't stop there. Oh no, this was a full-blown rebellion. Some Democrats like Senator Chris Murphy and Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez decided to boycott the speech altogether. I refuse to normalize this presidency, declared Murphy, a sentiment echoed by many. Because let's face it, attending a Trump speech isn't exactly a walk in the park. It's more like being trapped in a wind tunnel of lies, half-truths, and baffling non-sequiturs. And then, there were the reactions from outside the hallowed halls of Congress. Social media, as you might imagine, exploded. Pundits pontificated. Memes were born. And somewhere, deep in the bowels of Mar-a-Lago, Donald Trump was probably furiously tweeting about how unfair it all was. Because that's the thing about democracy, folks. It's messy, it's loud, and sometimes it involves a whole lot of people yelling at each other about Greenland. But hey, it's still better than the alternative. But the pièce de résistance, the cherry on top of this glorious Sunday of dissent, was the official Democratic rebuttal. And who better to deliver it than the always formidable Senator Elissa Slotkin? With the poise and precision of a seasoned orator, Slotkin dismantled Trump's speech point by painful point. She reminded everyone that actually, no, Ronald Reagan would not be thrilled about Trump's cozy relationship with Vladimir Putin. She pointed out the glaring flaws in his logic, the inconsistencies in his arguments, and the sheer absurdity of his proposals. It was a masterclass in political takedown, folks, and it left no doubt in anyone's mind that the Democrats, despite being in the minority, were not going to take this lying down. They were going to fight, they were going to resist, and they were going to make sure that every single American knew exactly what was at stake. Because this wasn't just about politics anymore. This was about the soul of a nation. And the Democrats got